Okay, so Def here, and here is a project that I'm working on, which is, well, yeah, that's the blueprint of the project I'm working on. What this is going to be is a miniature test robot for a robotic lawnmower. A friend from school approached me and asked me if I could build him a frame for his test robot lawnmower, because he's building a small one before he scales it up. So I said yes, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. So that is the basic blueprint that I drew out, but what it's really going to look like is this. It's gonna be a box, which will look like this. This entire frame is gonna be made out of angle steel or angle iron that I get from Home Depot, and I'm gonna do all the welding, the cutting, and stuff like that. So that's basically what it's going to look like. The frame's going to still be a box, and then electronics go up here, a chip, motherboard, whatever you want to call that. And then there's going to be two wheels here, and then a wheel here, and then a little outrigger wheel out here that's going to be down there. Then I'm going to add a little shelf down here for storage of stuff and whatnot. So that's what it's gonna look like basically. So there's no point in me sitting here and talking about it, so let's move down to my workshop and start working on it. Main thing at the moment that I need is this angle grinder, so let's get to cutting. So, I have the basic pieces of the frame right now, so it's going to go like this. Here are the two long pieces. They're going to sit like that. Yeah, it's going to sit like that. Then these are going to go across like so. Yeah, that's still freaking hot. So, yeah, it's going to go across like that. And like that. But yeah, I'm actually going to put it together actually straight. But yeah, it's basically like that, but flipped around. And right now that's rough mock-up of what it's going to be. So, yeah, it's time for me to do more grinding and cutting and drilling actually. So, and go into the welding. So I will get to that when I get to that. So, yeah. So, I'm just doing some drilling now. So, this particular robot frame that I'm building uses most of the components from the Vex robot, I believe it's called. So, the previous one it's like a 4-wheel drive, independent wheel, all that fancy gobbledygook and whatever. So this design, we're gonna go with a 2-wheel drive system, one on each side. As you can see, this is the two sides. But yeah, I drilled some holes so it's off the centroid of this rectangle. Some statics there, but yeah, it's off centroid because this is a 6-inch long piece of steel. I have it off 2 inches from the left, so that is going to be the hole where the axle for the wheel is going to be at, and then these two holes are the mounts for the axle, and that's just going to go through the side, which yeah, this is one side, this is the inner side here, and the two sides that are clamped together, that's going to be the outers. But yeah, that's what that is right here. But this is going to hold the bearing system, so I got to make another set that's going to bolt in here somewhere. That's going to be for the actual motor. So I'm going to work on that also. So I got the corners knocked off of it, as you can see, which I'm just cleaning up and just putting a 45 on them so I can actually weld together an entire frame like so. But that's what I'm doing at the moment, and yeah, I'm going to weld it all up now with my arc welder. I'm using 16th inch rod, and the rod is a 6011. I wish I should have went with a 7014. I don't know why. I ran them quite successfully and good, but I thought I switched down to a 6011 this time around, see how they run, and I kind of don't like it. But yeah, I'll weld this up and we'll see how that goes. So, did some tack welding, and all the corners are in place. See? Yeah. All the corners are tacked in, so it's actually staying together. And it's square also. As you can see. I'm about 8.5 there. And let's go this diagonal, which is about 8.5. Yeah, so it's pretty square for what it is. It's just, I did horrible fitment on this. It's really hard when you don't have the correct tools, but you make do with what you have. Because all I had to work with was an angle grinder and a drill, but all the other holes are in place. Yeah, I just gotta weld everything together. I'm gonna fillet, I think it's fillet weld these corners, and I'm gonna try to fill these in also. I really, honestly, I might just put a tack down in the corners for all these, and that'll probably hold it well enough, because I got the tops in, and the whole thing's gonna be, I'm gonna put a whole plexiglass or Lexan sheet under it to support everything also. So, yeah. So, here it is. It's welded together. Yeah. Some of the corners came out really nice because I had good fitment, but some other corners, yeah, I had to actually fill in the gaps, which were horrendous for a 16-inch rod. But you can see some of them are rather decent and some aren't so great. But the whole thing staying together, it withstands drop test. So, yeah. So now to add the Lexan top on there, or yeah, whatever you want to call that, and make some mounts for it, and outrigger out front for that front wheel out here, because the two wheels can be side by side here. So yeah. Yeah, I got a miniature coffee table. No, just kidding. As yeah, you can see, I have the Lexan or plexiglass platform on here, which is bolted in. Yeah, I got water on it, but it's bolted in, and that is what all electronics are going to sit on. And I still got to do the mounting holes on the inboard of here, which I got to measure and cut and whatnot. So yeah, I'm going to work on that. But yeah, it's coming together. So here's the complete robot frame. So as you can see, I put the front outrigger on it, a single front wheel. But yeah, I didn't do so great on the welding, as you can see there. And yeah, but it's holding. See, it's holding. Yeah, that's some Gorilla welds, but I'm pretty sure those welds will work for what we're using it for, which is being a test robot, a miniature one. But yeah, you can see the underside of it. I put the mounts for the servo motors in here, and yeah, there's spacing for the bearing system, which is gonna sit right in there between the mount for the servo and the frame. And here's I added a shelf too, if you can see that. Yeah, that's a shelf for other electronics. Well, the top electronics are going to sit on it, but I added this bottom shelf down here to hold other stuff like batteries and whatnot. But yeah, oh well, yeah, this too. I added these little hooks on all four corners of it. That's to hold, well, yeah, it's gonna have a box that goes over it for image tracking, and we needed a way to actually hold that box in place. So yeah, it's done. So here's a side-by-side comparison of this robot frame next to a 16th inch scale RC car, and you can see they're pretty similar in size. Yeah. Yeah, one thing, this is made out of steel actually, and this will probably take a beating. Yeah, and this thing, it's actually falling apart from all the times I've crashed it, so yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. So it's time to bring this to my friend and have him mount all the electronics on it and see how it works. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.